Nithyananda. With all auspicious blessings of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda, I welcome all of you to today's video. In today's video, in the series of Sannyas, I would like to address one question that people often ask us, the ones initiated into the Nithyananda Sannyas Sampradaya, which is, what inspired you to take up this lifestyle? And this video is intending to share with you about this very question, what inspired me to get initiated into the Nithyananda Sannyas order. So to start off, I would like to share that when I was thinking about this particular question to make a video, I realized that I was thinking in the most traditional way when someone is asked what inspired you to take up something or to do something. So I was thinking what could be the person or what could be the incident, but I realized that's not the case in this very question, because it's a lifestyle, it's the ultimate lifestyle. So to start off, I would like to share a little bit about myself, which is I grew up in a thought currents of a very family oriented thought current, which is the way I held myself, the way I held people around me, the way I interacted with them, and everything. My first circle was to do with my family, friends. The same with the way how I held myself, the way what kind of thoughts I had about myself, what kind of cognitions I had about others, was to do influenced mostly by the family lifestyle that I was having. So saying that, at the age of 17, I had a family crisis, and when that happened, overnight when that happened, I realized that everything, the ideas that I had about myself, the ideas I had about the world, the ideas I had about my future, what I was going to do, everything shattered apart. But the most painful was I don't know who I am hereafter, because all of it was to do with the family that I had at the time. So I realized I could really at that point itself, I could realize about 6-7 months, it was a very difficult time, because just imagine so many years growing up, just being brought up in the thought current of family oriented, that you have your father, you have your mother, you have your siblings, you have these kinds of people in your life, and when that shattered, my whole identity got shattered. So I don't know who I am anymore, what I'm living for, and what do I even want to do. And it was such a depressing point in my life, because but at the same time, thinking about it, when I did my first inner awakening, I have so much of gratitude to that experience itself. And speaking about that, I did my second inner awakening. With that experience of life, I did my second inner awakening, and it was in 2012 cruise inner awakening. And the whole build even to that inner awakening was absolutely special for me, and I realized that on the first day of getting for the darshan, it was just not that the childish anticipation, but rather it was such a calm me and Swamiji kind of a moment it was, though the hall was filled with at least over 100 of us, you know. And the whole inner awakening with Swamiji in that cruise ship, I remember very vividly that I wanted to do that particular inner awakening only for one reason. I just wanted to be with Swamiji. And that whole experience of that inner awakening was exactly nothing but that. There was the whole inner awakening, my cognition was filled with only me and Swamiji. That whole life, despite there was no like I hate people, or I'm not able to see them, or I'm shutting them off. No, it was just me and Swamiji. So that was the whole inner awakening, and I realized that by that inner awakening, my identity have been infused, like again the foundation is laid to this experience that I've been having with Swamiji in that particular inner awakening. And it was very, very beautiful, very, very intimate, because I could, at that, for the first time, I could experience what does it mean by to have the glimpse of oneness, because amongst the hundreds of people, I could be thinking something, and exactly like I'll be sitting on the stairs on probably the first floor, and exactly at that point Swamiji will look at me, or the kinds of the way how I held people after that, there was not even a tinge of conflict in talking to them or entertaining them or even receiving them in my space. It was absolutely, for the first time, it was a different way of how I saw myself, how I experienced life, which is Swamiji, and how I dealt with people. So that and that took it to the next level, that I thought after the Indian awakening that will go away. But I realized after I went to university, I was starting up my first year, and I realized even then, come what made, that experience of in the whole universe, it is only me and Swamiji. And the time I was in Malaysia, in KL, in the heart of KL, and even at that time in the room, come what may, it is, I'm only seeing it's me and Swamiji. So nothing could make me powerless, nothing could make me insecure, and it was I felt like the world is mine. There was not even a tinge of insecurity. I mean, living in a city where there's no culture shock, for the first thing, and second thing is like there's no like trying to fit in or anything. And I was actually thinking that, array, is something really wrong, that I'm not even like intending to think that why I'm not able to be friends or be in synchronicity with the people in the university. But when I asked Swamiji, he said it's completely fine. So I left it, and it was such a beautiful moment that after inner awakening, that experience continued, and I was seeking for more and more of that experience. I remember one day, I don't know if I was in communication with Swamiji or it was two-way satsang. I don't remember, but I remember after that, I called up my mom, who was living at the border of Malaysia, and I called her up, and I said, Ma, I just want to tell you one thing. Swamiji said this, and literally right now, even if I die, I am completely happy. I am satisfied. My life is fulfilled. And when I said that, I couldn't believe myself that I'm saying that. Just me witnessing my life as a third person, I couldn't believe that there is a point in my life where I'm saying it, and it's coming from the depths of me. And that is when I received the gift of from Swamiji to come and become his own daughter, receiving brahmacharyam, and immediately I took the jump. Immediately. It was, I think I had about 2 weeks of preparation, and I remember there's a satsang in which actually I wore a very big ochre kind of a robe. It was almost like a mandarin orange color, but it was meant to be an orange shirt that I wanted to wear for the day. I was sitting in my class. It was actually something to do with brain, as far as I remember now, and it is an auditorium, and I was sitting actually in the second or third row, and my laptop was open. I was the two-way was open, the satsang was open, but my eyes was at the professor and at the lecturer, and I was just listening to the satsang, and then suddenly somewhere I heard my name, and unfortunately the internet fluctuated, so it was very distorted. When I went to Facebook, I just saw that Swamiji, that in the satsang Swamiji mentioned my name, and I didn't know what it was. So that night again, after satsang, I called up my mom and I said, Swamiji said something, can you tell me what it is? And then she told me that Swamiji had mentioned your name. He said that seeing you in that kavi color, in that kavi dress, he thought, why not initiate all the young people into a brahmacharyam. So I said, oh my God, that's beautiful. See, I don't know what is brahmacharyam, I don't know what is sannyas, because from the society that I come from, it's not at all traditional, it's not even common in fact. So, but the fact that Swamiji mentioned my name, and it was something so sacred like this, it did make me feel something. And then I decided, okay, I'll take up, I'm saying yes to this. And then what happened was, I prepared, cleared off whatever that I had to clear, basically complete with my parents. That was the main thing, completing with my father, my biological father, my biological mother, my siblings that I was too attached to, and my friends and myself. I remember very vividly that I used to complete eating whatever I wanted to eat, like chocolates and those kinds of things. So I was doing all of this completion, like to the core, and even to I gave off all my clothes that I had, and finished wearing them, even if I felt like, oh, I forgot to wear you, and I still didn't wear you, I'm going to wear you. So that whole 2 weeks was all this drama that was going on. And then I came to Nithyananda Peetham, Bengaluru Adinam on March 8, 2013. March 9th was my birthday. So I decided, it's like, okay, we'll come one day earlier. And March 8th I came, and it was such a, what do you say, overwhelmingly warm welcoming that that will definitely have to make to our next video, of course. So the essence of this video is what inspired me to take up this lifestyle. It was that after experiencing in that inner awakening, that glimpse of oneness with Swamiji, that in the whole world there's only me and Swamiji, and those people in between of me and Swamiji, they're not even in between, they're just there, but I am with Swamiji and Swamiji. And that experience was so intense, was so beautiful, that the foundation that set in me after that was completely of Swamiji's. That's all I will say. Because, and then after taking up sannyas, when I went back to all these incidents when we were doing completion for a reason, I realized that I have so much of gratitude for what had happened the way it had happened. Because had that incident not happened at the age of 17, it would be very difficult for me to experience what I got to experience in my second inner awakening. So the whole thing had to be again uprooted. The cognitions, the inner image, outer image, live image, others image, it had to be like shaken. That's what I cognized, that it got all completely shaken, completely basically uprooted, burnt, because the way how I brought up, it was just taken away and all of it shattered, and I was just like, who am I, what am I, why am I living? And in that seeking, when this happened, it was just like an empty pot, and whatever that Swamiji showered, it just very beautifully held, and it was such a sweet space. So the essence of this video is what inspires one to take up sannyas. In my case, is just simply having tasted the glimpses of oneness with Swamiji in inner awakening. I couldn't cheat myself by not becoming his own daughter, especially when the chance is given. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. Stay tuned for the next video. Nithyanandam.